to fight at a higher work rate. But I don't really feel that higher work rate is going to work for him. Not against Lopez, because Lopez is quite cute, and Lopez is the one that will be setting the traps and chasing Stevenson. And if he's backing up constantly, the judges aren't going to score. Well, I don't think they're going to score for that.
Lopez is going to try and drag him into a fight.
He's going to drag him into a fight.
Okay. Who wins the fight?
Lopez for me. I just don't think Stevenson can stand off and outbox Lopez, because Lopez can do everything Stevenson can do. He can box, he can move. Lopez is the bigger puncher of the two, and I believe he's mixed in a much higher class.
Explosive puncher, but explosive fighter, fast twitch fighter at 140 pounds right now than Teofimo Lopez. That guy, this dude he has such a quick twitch ability, and being able to pair that with cardiovascular endurance is something you don't see a lot, but he is very, very tricky, very sneaky. You even see it there, some of the stuff where he's just slick, hands are down, but he's moving his head, bang, into the uppercut. Move his head, bang, back into the left hook. Teo is make you miss, make you pay, where Shakur will make you miss and sometimes make you pay, but the power, the speed, the reactivity of it, none of it is the same level of velocity as Teo brings to it.
Teofimo has the same thing that Roy Jones has, and Teofimo can punch. You have to understand that he can punch. Shakur is a very, very good fighter. Don't get me wrong, technically he's a good fighter, but I don't think he has the heart. I don't think he's strong enough to withstand the power and the pressure that Teofimo is going to put on him. It'll be a different type of fight. You're not going to sit back and wait. We understand that. And I hope he goes to the ropes. If he goes to the ropes, that's where we plan to leave him, on the ropes. There's no rope-a-dope. It's not rope-a-dope he's trying to do. He's been trying to do the Floyd Mayweather and all this type of thing. But you'll find out this will be a very difficult fight for him. He has a great boxing IQ. What the hell are you talking about? Hell, this is fighting, brother. The storm is coming. The storm is coming to New York City.
Ooh.
Okay? The takeover is coming. Ain't no pretty. Whatever it takes to win, that's what we gonna do. That's the bottom line. It's all in the mind. The mind is there, the fight is gonna be easy. And that's what we're working on. Psychological part of the fight as well.
This isn't hype, this is a warning. Mike Tyson's own trainer says Shakur Stevenson cannot survive what Teofimo Lopez is bringing inside the ring. And once you hear how he plans to break him, there's no denying it.
If Teofimo does do what you're saying he's gonna do, Stacey, he's gonna, I think, at that point, cement himself as a Hall of Famer, because he's already beaten Josh Taylor, he beat Lomachenko. He's already shown on that level what he can be when he's in any type of fight. So you guys pull this off, it's going to be something special.
Yeah, I think, like I said, and I'm not just saying this because I'm working with him. I was saying it before. I see this kid before he even got the phone call. I was saying, I'll tell you, it's not going to be what they think it's going to be. It's going to be a little bit tougher fight. But now that I'm working with him and seeing him in the gym and going through what he's going through, hey, I just can't see Shakur beating him. I just can't see it.
Stacey McKinley will be in Teofimo Lopez's corner for his WBO junior welterweight title fight against undefeated Shakur Stevenson. A former trainer of Mike Tyson, McKinley served as a longtime assistant during key moments of Tyson's career, including the build-up to the Lennox Lewis fight. And what he's now revealing points to a brutal night ahead, exposing unseen flaws in Shakur that few have ever noticed.
He gonna try to figure him out. He think that he gonna be able to sit back and think and pot shot and think like this on his turn, but it won't be like that. He won't have the time. There won't be enough time between thinking and actually reacting, because he's a good counter puncher. But the counter punch and all this stuff is gonna be taken away from him. It's not gonna be there, because he's fighting a kid that's busy and can punch from all angles. You don't know what Teofimo may do.
While much of the boxing world favors Shakur Stevenson, Stacey McKinley, working from Teofimo Lopez's corner, sees openings others overlook. He has broken down flaws in Stevenson's defense, pointing to limitations in his shoulder roll, a style better suited for orthodox fighters. McKinley believes Lopez can lay calculated traps to disrupt Shakur's rhythm, likening the tactical battle to Roy Jones Jr. versus James Toney.
And basically, it was invented for right-handed fighters. It wasn't invented for left-handed fighters. If you notice, most kids did the shoulder roll are right-handers. But now you got Shakur, that's a left-hander, that's doing the shoulder roll. What he doesn't realize is when you left-hand and shoulder roll, you actually roll it right into the punches from a right-hander. They don't understand that. But with that being said, he done mastered it from a southpaw standpoint, and he's a very good fighter. And you know, I was talking with Roy Jones a couple of days ago, and I was laying in my bed and I was saying, okay, now what fight can I make a comparison to with my belief on this solo roll thing? And it came up to Roy Jones and James Toney.
On the other hand, raising concerns for Teofimo, Tim Bradley believes Shakur Stevenson is stepping in with superior preparation. He questions whether Teofimo Lopez has a defined strategy in place, suggesting a lack of structure could be costly. Bradley also doubts Lopez's readiness to cope with the accuracy, discipline, and sustained pressure that Stevenson is expected to apply throughout the fight.
I think that Bud's influence on Shakur changed his outlook and just changed his entire life. You know, I really do. His influence, you know, iron sharpens iron, man. Yeah. So like, if you hang around, man, you're gonna become you know, eventually, right? If you hanging around bullies, you're gonna become a bully. It's a part of it. It's just a part of life. It's just how we are as human beings. So like, being around greatness, seeing that and seeing how you train, that's only gonna enhance you as a fighter. And then sparring him on a day-to-day basis, picking up his IQ, come on, man. It's only gonna make him better, right? So I personally think that Bud is a tougher sparring session, a tougher fight than the Teofimo Lopez.
Bradley emphasizes that Shakur Stevenson's time sparring with Terence Crawford has sharpened both his technique and ring awareness, giving him a tactical advantage. He believes this allows Stevenson to target Teofimo Lopez's openings at crucial moments. Bradley also notes that Lopez can grow impatient under pressure, a tendency Shakur could exploit, making composure and preparation the deciding factors in the outcome.
And I mean that respectively, you know what I mean? I just think that, like, going rounds with Bud, you know, and everything he can do inside the ring, in my opinion, is better than whatever Teo can bring inside the ring, you know? So I feel like he gonna be more than ready for Teofimo Lopez, meaning Shakur, than the other way around. So who is Teofimo Lopez sparring? You know, what type of sparring is he getting, you know, for Shakur Stevenson, I wonder. You know, is it top notch like a Crawford? You know, I don't know. I don't think so. You know, so just saying, you know, preparation is important. Having a plan is important. I've seen Teofimo Lopez get in the ring, man, and when things are not going his way, things become really difficult for him, man.
Tim Bradley warns that a loss to Shakur Stevenson could force Teofimo Lopez to rethink his entire career trajectory. Bradley expects Lopez to struggle under the pressure. He predicts a bout where Stevenson's superior skill, composure, and preparation dominate, leaving Lopez with a decisive defeat and a harsh reality check he can't ignore.
From the history, I just see, like, if Shakur starts to frustrate him and he can't hit Shakur, you know, how is he going to react to that? Is he going to be able to stay resolute? Is he going to stay mentally strong? Is he going to be able to figure out a plan on how to cut off the ring or do whatever's necessary to catch up with Shakur and land some offense? So that's always been a problem. Like, you got to understand that when guys face Shakur Stevenson, man, they literally have to, like, they get beat. They like, most guys that I listen to after they got beat by Shakur, Valdez, like, they literally, like, reassess their freaking careers. And just the way they even perceive boxing is different. They just like, my God, like, I couldn't hit him.
As hype builds around Shakur Stevenson's camp and his connection with Terence Crawford, Stacey McKinley isn't buying into it. While Tim Bradley highlights Crawford's influence as a major edge, McKinley downplays its impact once the bell rings. He insists Teofimo Lopez is prepared to capitalize on Stevenson's vulnerabilities, warning that even lessons from Floyd Mayweather or Crawford won't matter when real pressure is applied in the ring.
Oh, you're talking about, well, Floyd Mayweather is showing him this, and Floyd Mayweather is showing him how to do this, and Crawford is showing him this, and yeah. Crawford is showing him that. Hey, brother, when that bell rings, there's gonna be two people in that ring. So what Crawford and all of them talking about ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna it's not gonna mean anything. And everybody talking about Crawford with look how Crawford outboxed Canelo and all that. But Canelo threw about 3 jabs in 12 rounds. Hell, how you gonna win a fight like that? That's impossible.
Not against
a guy like that. I can beat a guy like that. He ain't gonna throw no punches. You know. So So the bottom line is, what's going to happen when you get hit in the mouth?
While Teofimo Lopez has earned praise for his success against southpaws, Shakur Stevenson has made his name by outclassing orthodox fighters. The matchup gained extra attention when Terrence Crawford weighed in, declaring Stevenson far ahead of anyone in his generation. Crawford doesn't view Teofimo as a serious threat, predicting that with his guidance, Stevenson will methodically dismantle Lopez, turning the fight into a controlled performance rather than a true test.
A little bit of both. You know, Teofimo has done real well against southpaws, but Shakur have done real well against orthodox fighters. Shakur is not the average southpaw that Teofimo has been fighting. You know, so that's why I say Shakur is levels above those fighters that he's been fighting lately.
And that's the reason he's a favorite coming into this fight.
But obviously, like, you fought at the highest level of the sport, right? You just defeated Canelo Alvarez in front of 70,000 plus. And you've been a big mentor to Shakur Stevenson. I give you a lot of credit for that. What advice have you given him as he goes into the biggest fight of his career?
Oh man, just be yourself. You know, hey, this is another day in the office, another walk in the park. You know, there's no reason to put a lot of pressure on yourself because you know what you're capable of. With the self-belief in yourself, you can do whatever you want in there, and that's what he's going to do come Saturday.
Duke McKenzie also weighed in on the challenges Shakur Stevenson faces moving up to a higher weight class. While Stevenson is skilled at movement and technical boxing, he doesn't possess the same raw power that Teofimo Lopez brings. McKenzie issues a stark warning. When they clash, Lopez's strength and aggression will be on full display. The size and power difference, he explains, could severely test Stevenson, making it extremely difficult to stand toe-to-toe with Lopez inside the ring.
So Shakur Stevenson might start this fight an odds-on favourite because he's Shakur Stevenson, you know, the next Pernell Whitaker, the southpaw, the slick southpaw. But I've studied him, and you know what he does really badly, just in my opinion.
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson, he likes to sit in the pocket, right, and he goes back to the rope, sticks his hands up, and he tries to pot shot and do the shoulder roll and waits for you and throws an uppercut or a straight left. You can't do that with Lopez. You can't back off on him. That's my point I'm trying to say.
Lopez is trying to talk him into a tear-up. He thinks he's saying how he's acting before he needs a tear-up.
Yeah, and Lopez has already laid, the blueprint's been laid because he beat the great Lomachenko, another great southpaw. He's beating him, so he goes into this fight absolutely fearless.
And he's
fearless.
Key factor as well. He's a free-weight world champion like yourself.
While Shakur Stevenson enters the fight with growing confidence, experts are issuing serious warnings. Teofimo Lopez is viewed as the fighter with the blueprint and a decisive advantage. Duke McKenzie predicts Lopez will methodically set traps, forcing Stevenson into difficult positions. Moving up in weight may give Shakur more space to work, but McKenzie insists it won't matter. Lopez's relentless power and pinpoint accuracy will eventually take control and overwhelm him.
For this particular fight, I just don't think Stevenson can stand off and outbox Lopez, because Lopez can do everything Stevenson can do. You know, he can box, he can move. Lopez is the bigger puncher of the two, and I believe he's mixed in a much higher class. Like, I keep reverting back to the Lopez v Lomachenko fight, because Lomachenko was synthetically the best fighter on the planet at that point. You know, beautiful boxer, had all the moves. But you know what Lopez did with him in that fight? He smothered him. He did every time.
But am I right that you said that when you went up weight classes, it changed you as a fighter?
Yeah, because you.
So what is likely to be changing Shakur Stevenson when he goes into this weight class, being confronted with Teofimo Lopez?
Well, he's moving up in weight, right? So he's going to feel physically stronger.
Right.
The problem is when you fight bigger guys that are physically stronger, you hit with the best shot and they blink and they come back and they kind of take your soul because they step forward instead of stepping back.
Meanwhile, Andre Ward warns Shakur Stevenson against falling for Teofimo Lopez's mind games, describing them as calculated distractions. Ward outlines a clear strategy for Stevenson to stay composed and in control. Carl Froch supports this view, emphasizing Stevenson's skill, discipline, and tactical intelligence as key advantages. Together, they argue that maintaining focus and executing the plan could give Stevenson the upper hand and put him on the path to victory.
What game plan is with Shakur, I think, is going to be boxing, but also knowing when to slip inside and get some respect on the inside as well. Shakur has to do that early, and he can't. And when Teo starts to clown, he can't clown with Teo.
No,
he's got to stay. He's got to be business the whole way through, and I think if Shakur does that, this is the fight Shakur is supposed to win. This is a fight he's supposed to win. But
that's how I feel. I feel like it's a fight that he should be winning.
This is the fight that he's supposed to win.
Because he's unbeaten.
Yeah.
It was in a tough one in the last fight though.
Yeah.
He's in a tough fight, and he showed
he fought in a way nobody thought he was gonna fight. I didn't think he was gonna fight like that. Like, I talked to Shakur maybe, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours before the fight. Hey man, this is real. You gotta box, you gotta be smart. Okay. Then I turned it on. He's fighting.
Discussing Teofimo Lopez's tactics and the growing tension, Carl Froch predicts the animosity between the fighters will be on full display come fight night. While he sides with Shakur Stevenson in principle, Froch respects Lopez's flair and showmanship as part of the spectacle. Meanwhile, Andre Ward remains confident in Stevenson's chances, but cautions that victory won't come easily, likely coming on points rather than a knockout.
Oh, your heart speaking.
I think it's both.
Because my head says Shakur, but
I
my heart, because I like Teo, because I've never met Shakur, and I've got nothing against him. But you know, when you've got a bit of a close personal friendship with someone.
It affects it, yeah, for sure.
And Teo's, I think he's a cool guy. He's funny. Yeah, I rate him as well as a fighter. What he did to Josh Taylor, and I know they reckon he passed his best Lomachenko, but he still beat him. Yeah. You know what I mean? But he has.
If you take Shakur being family out of it, I'm still picking Shakur.
Still picking him.
Yeah. Still picking Shakur.
Points?
Yeah, probably points.
Yeah.
Probably points. You know, because Teo's also not a dude that sits around and just takes a lot of punches either.
Yeah, true.
He moves. He's got defense and skill, so he's not easy to hit either.
Yeah.
He has a skill set.
As the stakes rise, Wade Plemons has offered his own expert take. He notes that breaking through Shakur Stevenson's defense will not be easy. While Stevenson may lack the knockout power of Teofimo Lopez, his defensive skills are elite. Lopez has claimed he can crack that defense, but Plemons warns it will be a monumental challenge, making many question whether Teofimo can truly deliver on that bold promise inside the ring.
It's so hard to pick against him. Fundamentally, he is almost flawless in terms of what he does with his eyes, how it relates to how he defends, how he controls you with the jab, and then how he does counter you, even if it is mostly point countering. Like, his knockout power isn't the best. We know this. We know he's had trouble with his hands, but he's moving up to 140 pounds. Maybe that size and, him putting on a bit more muscle or a bit more strength could potentially have an effect here at 140. I don't know that it will. I'm just saying it may. It's so hard to break that defense. That's what it is. It's hard to break that defense. Teo has said he's going to do things that many people consider illegal. I don't even know what he means by that, but he's saying he's going to break that defense, and he's going to do so in style. And then potentially, Shakur might not make it through the fight. That's hard to believe.
At the same time, Wade Plemons highlights how Teofimo Lopez brings a level of skill and explosiveness that could put Shakur Stevenson in serious trouble. He points to Lopez's twitchy, unpredictable style and raw power, noting that Stevenson has never faced such an explosive fighter in his career. Plemons doubts Stevenson can handle Lopez's speed, athleticism, and pace, warning that the fast, aggressive jabs and powerful combinations could seriously hurt him in the ring.
Explosive, man. He's so explosive. I'll be interested to see if Shakur can read and react in the same speed that Teo can move. That's another kind of wild card of this whole thing, is like Shakur is used to being able to, I won't say speed someone, but his reaction's very quick. Teo's probably more explosive than anyone Shakur has ever fought. Not even probably, he is. How do you deal with that? The guy's leaping off his feet to land the jabs, right? He's changing angles and then leaping to change the angle back to throw his right hand and the hook over the top. Then it's the hook right hand. There's just a lot of just bouncy, explosive energy, and it's got to be, again, it's unorthodox, so it's got to be difficult to prepare for.
Building on Stacey McKinley's remarks, Wade Plemons emphasizes that when people question how Teofimo Lopez can compete against a technically skilled fighter like Shakur Stevenson, it's worth remembering what he's already accomplished. Referencing Lopez's victory over Vasily Lomachenko, Plemons notes that Teofimo didn't just beat one of the greatest of his era, he also dismantled the Matrix at a technical level. By outclassing Lomachenko, Plemons believes Lopez could hold an even bigger edge over Stevenson.
Teo's already done that against Lomachenko. Granted, he's not just, the quote-unquote defensive specialist that Shakur is, but Lomachenko was considered at the time the best boxing pure technical ability fighter in the sport, making people quit just based on his ability to make you miss and make you pay. The Matrix is what they called it when you fought Loma, and Teo beat him. Technically, outclassed him.
Brimming with confidence, Amir Khan, who has trained with Teofimo Lopez, shared a stark prediction for the matchup. He believes Lopez will come out on top, warning that Shakur Stevenson may be underestimating the challenge. Drawing from his own experience with Teofimo, Khan emphasizes that Lopez hits hard and has faced tougher competition than Stevenson. In contrast, he sees Shakur as less battle-tested, having not endured the same grueling wars in the ring.
Stevenson and Lopez, what a fight. Who wins that? Lopez. Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him. I've had him on the pod. He bangs hard. He's a good all-round boxer, slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer he is. When he has to turn it up, he turns it up. And I think with someone like Shakur, he will have to turn it up big time. And obviously Shakur, we've not really seen him in the deep end. Look at Lopez. He's fought the likes of Lomachenko. He's beaten some great names on the way, man. And it'll look good against them as well. I think Shakur seems a little bit more relaxed and calm, like he's gonna win this fight. He's gonna be a walk in the park for him.
Within moments, the fight kicks off. And it's more than just a matchup. It's a battle of legacies. Stacey McKinley, in Teofimo Lopez's corner, brings the wisdom of a Mike Tyson-trained camp, while Shakur Stevenson has Terrence Crawford guiding every move. Every punch, every tactic, every adjustment will count. Who will rise and who will fall under the pressure? Drop your predictions in the comments. Hit like if you're ready for the showdown, and subscribe for full breakdowns and fight updates.